approaching Abbey Bridge.
Could be a late one today, unfortunately. The clocks have now changed. It will be dark by 5:20. So hopefully we can make it to the Redlake China Clay works and back in daylight, but it may not be possible, which will involve moving across Dartmoor in the dark. That could be quite an experience. So let's see what happens. Really not many people about at all today. So we head down here and turn right and then right again. Pathway should take us onto the edge of Dartmoor, right at the very south of the moor now. Turn up here now and turn right again. Here is the second right turn here. That will take us up to the edge of Dartmoor. Coming towards the end of it's quite a long trackway here now, where we'll enter the moor and we will see the track-made remains of a tramway which would have moved China Clay down from the middle of Dartmoor towards the buildings, what we saw at the very start. Obviously the tracks will be gone, and we should still be able to see the indentation of where the tramway ran, and that will take us all the way up to the Redlake China Clay, which is really in the middle of nowhere and a very isolated place, stuck smack bang in the middle of Dartmoor. Dartmoor literally meters away here now. What we'll do is go over, see if we can find the bed of the tramway. This will be the moor gates. Yeah, have a collection of animals waiting. Halfward Moor. And this is the proper Dartmoor now. And I think the tramway, old tramway, is somewhere just in front of this hill, and it will run on possibly on a continuous uphill gradient for 7 to 8 mile, right up to the actual clay works itself. I can just see a slight rise here which looks to me as though this is it. Yeah. This is the tramway. And that would go back down towards the buildings, what we saw earlier. So this is where the clay would have come down through here. So what we'll do is we'll start heading up, and quite a lot of ground to cover. The scale here is very, very big, so we'll need to get a move on. So far, probably 10% of the way up through this tramway so far. So this here is worth a look. This is Butterbrook. So let's go and have a short stop and we'll look at this. What lies in a wood like this? What secret do these trees screen from us? You would think that it's just a woodland plantation, but no. Out into the plantation that screens this area. And there we have a hidden reservoir. All concrete. Just a concrete hole, really. This is actually abandoned, as far as I know. You can see none of that has been cleared out. It isn't maintained. Into the pipe and out into the reservoir. All overgrown. Do have some flow into the overflow here. The water does look very dark. If they did use this, they would have to clear all the dirt out. It's not maintained, as you can see. A huge log there. If it's working, then I think that would have been cleared. Would have been the main way in. I would have come in through here. You can see nothing is coming in through there anymore. Pretty much the whole place is forgotten. fireplace here at one time. And that will go back down and straight back into the stream, which is pretty much where it started. It's even remnants of a dead bird, which really isn't great if people were drinking this, which thankfully they're not. Really doesn't look that nice. The white foam. These pillars here, like, very decorative. Mixed tent here. Hello. It's abandoned. Yeah. And the remnants of whoever was there. We left the Butterbrook now, we're heading back virtually on the Redlake Tramway again here now. We'll continue right the way up to the Redlake, and this would take us all the way there. This was a 3-foot gauge, and we'll see, of course, along the way what else we can find. Anything interesting, then we'll obviously stop and take a look. I think it's just beyond this cow. Here we are, continuously rising so far, already very high. You can see Butterbrook now. Back down there is a fairly random tour here. Let's go and have a look while we're here. Tours are usually on the top. It doesn't even seem like the top of a hill. And that is the direction we'll be taking. You definitely won't be able to see the end yet. It's a long way. So better start getting a move on, because at the moment it's kind of stop start. Standing stone here and another over there. This is staggeringly remote. It really is on a totally different level. You can just see miles and miles of nothing. Incredibly, this has actually gone uphill. It's risen right from the very start. Can it do that all the way? I think probably about the halfway mark. So what we'll do is crack on, and surely this will have to go downhill at some stage. This was something to do with the tramway, I would guess. That's the tram rail right there, look. Now this was something to do with it. Some kind of bridge. Doesn't seem to be anything underneath here, so really a bridge over what? It's definitely part of it. You can see this is pretty much open scree slope here now. Huge river down, way down in the bottom of the valley. Some kind of waterworks. It's really not a huge amount out here so far. We have some abandoned buildings here, look. This has been something to do with China clay. I think this is some kind of clay drying area where the water went over this. Look at these pipes, look. Pipes dropping way down, which probably go to that water channel what we saw back at the start. So I think this is something to do with the clay works. Absolutely in the middle of nowhere. That's would have been the Leftlake mires. You can see where the tramway would have actually gone over. And the water goes underneath there, look. Does look like a spoil tip of waste clay, and possibly all of that as well. So I think that was a small clay works just here. It's China clay. Yeah, you can just see the waste clay here, look. Just see the whiteness. And this is not the Redlake one, that is still much further. You can see all the deposits. It was all deposited on that side of the railway line, or the tram line. So let's continue. Here we have a vehicle just randomly in the middle of the moor, and nobody anywhere really. I suppose it could have gone way down into the dip. And look at this here. What's this? Some kind of a dam. I think this is some kind of a dam here, which somebody held water in there. As the base of it just corroded. We have something else here, look. It does look incredibly frail. So you're not going to be walking over that one. So that was another dam by the looks of it. And the sun is just starting to poke through. So maybe it will actually come out by the time we get to the Redlake clay works, although it's getting quite late now. I cannot see myself making it back before it gets dark, unfortunately. Almost looks like some kind of platform here, possibly slightly too high though. There's a washery here somewhere, so let's just try and look over the top of here, because I don't want to go past that and miss it. This will be the washery for Redlake. Yeah, we have a lot of buildings here. This is the Redlake washery. You wouldn't actually see it if you didn't go to the top of that hill. This would have been the settling pools. There were sheep sleeping. Yeah, this is big now. In this incredibly remote place. The railway's gone out round there. It will come right away back round and round there, so we'll be able to meet it over in this corner. Fortunately, I don't have the time to follow every little part of it. You can see where the pipes, where the clay was going down through that pipe there. Have a huge area here, huge walled reservoir maybe. So we'll do is walk along. I can now see the Redlake in the distance, and that's pretty much why you don't want to walk on Dartmoor at night. If you went down that, then obviously you've got a real problem. Nobody is going to find you up here at night time, unfortunately. It's probably about the remotest part of Dartmoor you could possibly find. It's a long way from any house or any road. And that is the end of the washery plant. What we'll do is go onto this hillock here, and we should be able to get a good view of the Redlake clay, Redlake China Clay. And there it is. Maybe a mile and a half. back onto the tramway now for the very last segment. The tramway did not go any further than the Redlake. I'm going to have to get a wet foot here. So you enter the works here, Redlake. It doesn't really look much now at all. It's obviously worth building this tramway all the way up here. There's a conical spoil tip which will give us probably the best view of the area. China Clay pits. It's now flooded. So let's go up onto the spoil tip and see what we can see from the top. Lots and lots of moorland in every direction. And there it is, a couple of pools just there as well. That is pretty much it. And just moorland and moorland and moorland for as miles and miles in every direction. Biggest problem, that is breaking away there. This is about the worst place that could ever happen. And luckily I have this tie that should hold that until I get home. See if that does separate totally. It's obviously going to be a real problem. Is 5, 2, 3. Probably we'll be doing the last part on the way back in the dark. Obviously it is starting to get dark now. should be back at the station for hopefully about 10 minutes before the train comes in. It's obviously a bit slower to get around as soon as it gets dark.